Hey, what's up, everybody? BDL44 coming at you with another video. All right, so the trade I'm about to announce is not been fully realized, but from what I understand, Alec Burks is going to be headed back to the New York Knicks for Quentin Grimes. Now, I hated Alec Burks on the Detroit Pistons, although he has played some better ball over the last week or so, which is why his trade value has been raised to a point where they could get rid of him. I know that a lot of Knicks fans enjoyed Alec Burks in their time with the Knicks, but letting go of Quentin Grimes in this deal, I have to see what the rest of the deal is. But I think the Knicks shot themselves in the foot probably twice, just in one deal. If this goes the way I think it's gonna go, and there ain't no picks involved, and they just send in Alec Burks for Quentin Grimes and maybe another player coming back to New York, that is absolutely bad. First of all, Quentin Grimes should have been utilized so much better in New York. His first couple years, he showed exactly how good he was on both sides of the floor. Young player, still developing. Alec Burks is a guy who crossed up Kobe. I think it was his third year in the league, and he crossed up Kobe Bryant. That's how long Alec Burks has been in the league, man. It's just, I liked Alec Burks back when he was in Utah a long time ago, like a long time ago. But Alec Burks in the common era is very inconsistent, man. As I said, I couldn't stand him with the Detroit Pistons. I thought most of the time they needed to stop playing him. I genuinely thought that. Throughout the course of their losing streak, he was on the floor for a lot of that. And, like I said, he's played better over the last couple of weeks, specifically over the last 2 weeks. I've been checking in. He's been having some good games. But I've seen him do some things on that basketball floor for the Detroit Pistons that made me want to throw my phone, seriously. So if the Knicks are giving up Quentin Grimes, young player, two-way player that has so much more upside than what they were able to utilize him on, for Alec Burks, the Knicks have done something very bad in my mind. Very bad. The Detroit Pistons are winning the trade deadline. Picking up Quentin Grimes, fam, that's a W. It's a severe W. Even if you got to give up a second-round pick in this, it's a severe W. Because Quentin Grimes is going to double or triple in your uniform. And I've read somewhere, one of the fans out there said, why is Detroit making all these pointless moves? Detroit is doing everything I would want them to do if I were a Detroit Piston. Get role players that are better than Alec Burks and Isaiah Levers. That's all I want you to do. Get Monte Morris, who's been missing all season long with an injury. You got him back last week. Send him out for 3 players and a pick. This is what I want you to do. If I'm the Detroit Piston fan, I'm popping bottles, fam, because all we really could do is raise the overall value of the stuff we had and just make it so that the coach had better players to put on the floor, because that's really the problem. Coach was running these dudes. They sucked. They were making things worse. The young players, they were not playing well because they didn't have any spacing. Now, you got real role players on this Piston team. Real role players. You done picked up Troy Brown, Simone Fontecchio, Daniel House, Quentin Grimes. Who else did they bring in? It was another player too. I'm like, yo, this is what you want to do, Detroit. Detroit is winning the trade deadline. I said they needed to fire their GM, but after today, I think he needs to be given a raise. These are the type of moves Detroit needed to be making. Not the big moves to bring in no damn Zach LaVine. That's garbage. This is what you actually needed. Is little stuff to raise the overall value of the stars, the kids that you have, and ultimately let those kids just continue to drag the train wherever it's going to develop to their best selves so you can get the most out of them as draft picks. Now, Ausar Thompson's piece makes more sense because he's going to be on the floor with better role players who shoot the ball around him. Now you got players who are going to help you if Cade Cunningham continues to stay down. Quentin Grimes is going to get significantly better if you have him in regular rotation. Now you feel better about him. Simone Fontecchio is going to hit threes. Troy Brown is going to jog, but at a high level that allows you to have length and defense on the floor and rebounding at any given moment. Defense is what they've picked up. Daniel House, Quentin Grimes, Troy Brown, those are defenders, shooters. This is fantastic, especially picking up Quentin Grimes and getting rid of Alec Burks, who needed to get the hell off of the team. Isaiah Levers needed to get the hell off the team. Marvin Bagley was pretty good, but you don't mind getting rid of his salary. That's been gone. You're happy it's gone. Detroit Pistons are doing great things, man. I give them an A so far. As a knowledgeable basketball fan, I give them an A. They are doing all the things you want to see them do. They're not moving the needle on their timeline, which they shouldn't because they got a bunch of young kids any damn way. But you know they're going to be able to put together some cohesive basketball, and that is really all they needed to do. It's to just not suck, but also not bring in stars who are going to take the ball out of Cade's hands, the ball out of Ivy's hands, the ball out of Azur's hands, and etc. They just needed to not suck. They needed spacing. They got all of those things. They got all of those things in a few flurries and picked up 2 second-round picks in the process. So, yeah, this is great. Detroit, everybody's doing what it looks like to me is everybody doing Detroit a favor. Timberwolves did Detroit a favor. Utah did Detroit a favor. And now the Knicks are just like shooting themselves in the foot to make sure Detroit is straight. That's what it seemed like to me. Detroit's stimulus package, if you ask me. Giving them marginal role players and second-round picks to help their flexibility and get them out of this hell they're in. So that's what I see there. That is exactly what I see there. Detroit Pistons have gotten significantly better, but not too much better to where they're going to actually start winning and mess up their timeline. But just better overall players for Monty to put on the floor so that ain't no Levers and Burks out and players that are not good. Monte, who's hurt. He ain't got to use them dudes no more. They gone now. Celebrate, Detroit. Understand what I'm saying to you. Celebrate. The worst thing you lost was Kevin Knox. Celebrate. BDL 44. I thank y'all for watching. I'm out.